Hi, it's Mark from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with Mr. Bernie Pawlik of the award-winning Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver. They've been voted 12 times Best Auto Repair Shop in Vancouver, and we're going to talk about Nissans this morning. How are you doing today, Bernie?
Really good.
Great.
Yeah.
So Nissan is a very popular brand of vehicle. What can you tell us about them?
Well, yeah, they're definitely popular. Nissan makes a wide variety of vehicles, from subcompact cars to luxury sedans, large cargo vans, pickup trucks, sport utilities. They also make the fabulous Z car that was first introduced, the Datsun 240Z in 1970. This car has, had a very long running production line, and it's kind of interesting to watch the evolution of this car. It's kind of, you can see the whole evolution of the automotive industry in the way this car's built in terms of styling and performance and technology.
So I guess these are really fairly popular cars, so I assume you work on a lot of them. How are they for reliability?
Yes, we work on lots of them, and overall they're very reliable. I mean, they're Japanese cars, so that's usually synonymous with reliability.
So what do you find that these cars need for service and repairs?
Well, like with all cars, oil changes for sure, fluid changes, routine service and inspections. If I could say there's one sort of faulty component that sticks out in my mind with Nissans, it seems to be the cam and crankshaft sensors on many models. They die out. It's a very common issue. There are some vehicles that even have a recall for repairs on those things, and others don't. I don't know why, but anyways, that's sort of the most common thing that comes to my mind. Other than that, they're very reliable.
So Nissan have used something called a CVT transmission for many years. I've never driven one. What are they and how are they?
Well, first of all, CVT, it stands for constant variable transmission. It's an automatic transmission that has no gears. Basically, it can be in any gear. Like typical automatic transmissions have multiple gear sets. I mean, originally, going way back into the 60s and earlier, GM had this Power Glide 2-speed transmission. And then automatic transmission will evolve nowadays to, a lot of cars have 5- and 6-speed transmissions. Some even have, there's even 9-speed transmissions out there. But the CVT eliminates all that complication, all those gears. The inside of the transmissions are very simple, but strangely enough, they're really expensive to fix. And I'm not sure why, because you'd think that simple and fewer components would make it cheaper, but it's not. Nissan's had a lot of problems with these transmissions. You find them in a lot of their cars. The Muranos have them. So many problems. They've had a lot of problems with them to the extent that they've actually extended the warranty on them on a lot of the vehicles to 10 years to cover the CVT transmission. So there's still issues. When they work well, they're good.
So if they're so problematic and expensive to fix, why are they using them?
I think the usual reasons. I mean, most manufacturers do things on their vehicles. First of all, improve fuel economy, lower the exhaust emissions, and better engine performance. They try to make that sort of triangle of things work. CVT transmissions allow manufacturers to tune their engines in a way that you just can't do it when you're having to shift gears. So it's a completely different way of operating a drivetrain in a vehicle, and it actually does have a lot of advantages. I'm not really a big fan of CVT transmissions, though, just due to the fact that the issues that I cited above. I mean, there's a lot of problems with them, and Nissan's not the only one. They're also expensive to repair, and the reliability is a little dodgy compared to just your sort of standard automatic transmission.
So Nissan has a big range of vehicles.
They do. They're very, they have very popular vehicles. Like their sport utilities are very popular. Their pickup trucks are a popular line. They also offer pretty good value. I think when you compare to, I tend to compare Nissan to Toyota. I think they're kind of head-to-head competitors, and I think their trucks generally seem to be a little lower priced. Maybe not quite as good, but pretty close. But I think better value in a lot of ways. Nissan also offers a full-size pickup truck, and they have a cargo van, quite a large cargo van that competes against the American vans. I find them, they kind of look a little ugly, but they're an awesome Japanese-built vehicle.
So what about Pathfinders and the other Nissan Sport Utes?
Pathfinders are great. I mean, very popular vehicle. I would say they're just a little less reliable than a 4Runner, but really close. Nissan, they also have an Xterra, which is less popular than a Pathfinder. It looks similar, but the Xterra is actually a much tougher truck than a Pathfinder. It's a body on frame design vehicle with solid axles, so it's a little tougher of a driving vehicle. But if you're looking for an off-road, like if I was looking for an off-road type of vehicle, I'd definitely choose an Xterra over a Pathfinder. The Pathfinder's got more of a car ride. They try to make that compromise. Some of the Xterras were offered with supercharged engines as well, which makes for, nice, powerful, fun, small truck.
So I remember reading in some of your blog posts to beware of, and personally have experienced this, beware of vehicles that were sold only in Canada. Does Nissan have any of these?
Yes, they have a few, and yeah, it's always worth being concerned about that. I mean, as a worldwide seller of vehicles, which Nissan is, they pick certain markets and models for certain cars. And in Canada, they will sell some cars they don't sell in the U.S. But what makes the job tricky is that all the repair information that we receive and the huge, amazing parts network of car parts we have in North America is really based on the cars they sell in the U.S. because their market is infinitely huger than ours. So when a vehicle's not sold and when it's a Canadian-only model, it's harder to get parts. The repair information is more exclusive. It just makes our job a little more difficult. But I mean, we can always get all the parts we need. You have to get a little more creative with sometimes your repair strategies and parts acquisition. But the parts are always available through the dealer. Just you may pay a lot more money for it than you would if you had to get aftermarket parts. Some of the Canadian models that I can think of over the years, the Nissan Micra, it's been gone for a long time, but it was a little tiny mini subcompact car. The Nissan Multi was also very popular. It was like a kind of a small minivan or boxy station wagon, depending on which way you look at it. And then what a more modern offering, excuse me, would be is the Nissan X-Trail. It's a very popular vehicle. It's sort of based on the Altima drivetrain. So, I mean, a lot of the parts are easily available if you order things for an Altima, but it's really, some things are a bit tricky. I say the Canadian-only models. It's not really correct. They're just models that weren't sold in the U.S. When you look around the world, it's amazing the different variety of vehicles that the Nissan, and for that matter, other Japanese manufacturers make. I was recently in the Caribbean on a holiday, and I was amazed at visiting these different islands, how all the cars are almost all Japanese or Korean vehicles we never see here, but really useful cars. Yeah, so.
So any final thoughts on Nissan?
The more we talk about Nissan, more things kind of come to my mind. But I mean, overall, they're very well made cars and they make very good cars and light trucks. It's impressive. A thing about some Maximas that we've worked on over the years, and at over 200,000 kilometers, put on the hoist, look under the vehicle. There's not a drip of oil coming out of the engine. The transmission's not dripping anything. They're working perfectly. This is a really well-built vehicle. So, I mean, a Maxa is, it's a nice high-end vehicle, but even their lower-end vehicles are still equivalently as good. So, I'd say if you they're a good Japanese car to buy. There's a good variety from cheap, compact, economical to luxury, pickup trucks or sports, whichever way you want to go.
Great. So we've talked about Nissan with Mr. Bernie Pawlik of the award-winning Pawlik Automotive, 12 times voted by their customers best auto repair shop in Vancouver. You can reach them at pawlikautomotive.com or give them a call at 604-327-7112. Book your next appointment. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark. We'll talk again soon.
Bye.